Okay, so let's carry on with this. We got a bit waylaid there with different. I just wanted to show you the different constraints, but we're going to carry on with this rotation assembly we were making. I just want to make another new part first, so let's go to standard part and create. And this is going to be a kind of bar that fixes onto our example part. So it will fix into each of these holes and it will stick out, and when it spins round, we'll see it spinning round. Okay, so let's just recap on the size of both these holes. They are 20mm diameter and roughly this diameter here 25. Okay, so that we also need to know the distance between the center of that hole and that line, which is 50mm. Okay, so we've got 50mm here to play with, and we've got a 20mm diameter hole. So let's go back to our part and we'll start a 2D sketch. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to slot center to center, okay, which is under rectangle, and I'm going to click on the middle here, and then I'm going to go out, and I'm going to go out by, let's say, 600. Okay, and then I want this to be a width of, let's go with 40. Okay. So we know it's 600 long and it's 40mm wide. So now I'm going to extrude this. I'm going to extrude it by 30, and I'm going to extrude it symmetrically. Okay. And the reason we've done that will be clear in a minute. So now we have this bar here, which is symmetrical on this XZ plane. Okay. Now I want to do a sketch on this XZ plane. But I can't see the sketch because we're in the middle of our bar. So if you remember the command we used before, we right click and we go to slice graphics. And now we've sliced through and we're looking directly onto our plane where our sketch is. Okay. I'm going to project the geometry here. Okay. And what we can also do, because we've done slice graphics, we can also project our cut edge, which will give us the outline of our face. And I'm going to draw a line just from there and make sure it's perpendicular, and then I want to put a dimension between the center point and the line, and we're going to make this 50mm. Okay. Now I want to make sure we have the sketch items in, which will be a circle to the edge and then a line connecting these points. Okay. And that will then allow us to trim out. So now we have an enclosed sketch here. By projecting those edges, I was showing you that you can bring those lines in, which then allow you to draw on top of them. But it won't, you can't actually, you don't want to be using the projected edges as geometry itself. It's always better to use them for something to draw on top of. Okay, so let's finish that now. And we have a sketch embedded in the middle of this bar. We can now go to extrude, and we can select the sketch inside the bar. Make sure we have symmetrical, 10mm, and we click on cut and OK. And you'll see we end up with this cutout shape here. Okay. Now I'm going to put fillets on these edges and these edges. and it's set at 2mm. That looks alright actually, so I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, and there we go. So we now have this slotted end here, and the idea is that it will slot onto each of these and then it will be able to fix to it and spin around. Okay. So in order to fix to it, we need a hole straight through this center section. And we can do that by doing a sketch, and I'm just going to drop a point on there. Okay. Finish a sketch, and then I'm going to select hole. It's selected that point automatically. 20mm is the correct diameter. It's not threaded or anything. It's just a standard hole, and we'll select OK. And there we go. Now I'm going to select the whole body, and I'm going to make this just a nice, not that one. I'm going to make this just a nice material that will stand out. So I'm just going to make it red. Okay, there we go. So it's just going to be a shiny red, kind of, I imagine it'll be some kind of powder coated steel or something like that. And I'm going to save this as swing arm 01.